So now that we have our drop-down menu and we have our maxes connected to our drop-down menu, now we need to uh, fill in the weights. Okay, so we're going to make any kind of A and B block here. So we can say hang power clean, we'll go prayer stretch, and bear crawl hold. We'll go barbell bench for B block, chest supported high YT hold, and we can do a 3-point dumbbell row. Okay, for the if statements, that's what we're going to use to make to put in weights right here. Okay, so first what we're going to have to do is fill in some type of percentage. Now you can do whatever percentage you want. My first one is always WU, which just stands for warm up. And then we can go 70, 73, 76. Okay, prayer stretch doesn't need it, bear crawl hold doesn't need it. We'll do the same thing for bench. We'll go 73, 76, 79%. Okay, now what you want to do is first click on the cell where you're going to have the weight, right? So if that's not your middle column here, that's fine. Just put it wherever you want your athletes to write in their weights, okay? We're going to hit the equal sign because we're telling Excel that we're about to type in a function. And then you're just going to type if parentheses. All right, so again, Excel is trying to help you, all right? So this is basically saying if this says that, then I want this cell to say this, and if it does not, I want it to say something else. That's a little confusing, but I'll walk you through it. So for logical test, it is always going to be what exercise or what main movement you're pulling from. So since we were trying to do hang power clean, we're going to say if clean equals 0, comma. Okay, so we're saying if there is no max for this athlete for clean, then we want this cell to say something. Okay. So in the past, I've seen some coaches put 0, but just to have space for my athletes to write in a weight, I'll put quotes because it's going to say something, and then we'll put some underscores. Now, if you wanted to do just a blank cell, all you have to do is quotes, quotes, comma. Okay? If you want to put something in there, then you can put whatever you want. Just make sure it's in those quotation marks. Okay? Comma. So now we just told Excel if clean, if there is no max, if there is a 0 right here, then this cell is going to have this underscore, okay? If it does not, then we want Excel to do some math, okay? We're going to type mround, and then you're going to click on 2 parentheses. All right? Click on one of those percentages times clean, only 1 parentheses, comma 5, because we want Excel to round to the closest 0 or 5. And then close it. Sorry, there was supposed to be 2 parentheses right there. Okay, so we'll walk through it again. So if clean says 0, then this cell will have that underscore. If it does not, we're going to type mround, multiple round, 2 parentheses. We're going to do 70% times clean, because we want 70% of our clean, to the closest 0 or 5, and then close out the parentheses. Okay, we'll do it again for the 73%, and I'll show you what it looks like if there was no clean max. Okay, equals if P4 or clean equals 0, then I want it empty. If not, mround 73% times 187, or that P4, and close out. Okay, so we'll go fix Olivia's clean so that it says 0, and now you see where we put the underscore, there is an underscore. Where we put just the quotations, there is an empty cell. Okay, now a really good way to keep yourself organized is to name your cells. Okay, so it'll help you once you learn how to drag equations down. So for clean, instead of P4, we're going to call it clean. For bench, we're going to call it bench. Now Excel doesn't like any spaces right here, so if you were to go bench 1, Excel would give you an error. Okay, so we'll just name that bench. And what that does, here we'll start over, is if clean, now that equation up here will say clean equals 0, then I want the cell to have that underscore. If not, then I want to multiply 70% times clean, and there we go. So that makes it really easy to drag equations down instead of having to type that equation each time in your different cells. Now you can just click on this green square and drag it down. If we did that without naming our cell, without naming this clean, then Excel would mess up kind of where it's pulling from each time. Instead of that clean, it would be like P5 or P6 or something like that, and your equation would be messed up. All right, so we're going to do the same thing for bench. Equals if bench says 0, then we want that underscore. If not, we're going to mround 73% times bench 5, and there we go. And again, we can drag and drop. Okay, so that is an if statement. That is, you know, basic stuff that you're going to need when making cards. Once you have your card finished, you now need a macro. Okay, this is a print all macro. To get that,